Thanks for joining us on Good Day Colorado, 742, 64 degrees outside. We'll have more on your forecast in just a minute. But first, learning how to deal with interruptions at work can be quite a challenge. The average person spends over 2 hours each day just dealing with interruptions. In fact, the statistics showing how frequently interruptions at work occur is staggering. So, how can you keep them under control? Well, we're answering your questions this morning. Career coach Chrissy Scivicque is here to tell us how we can do this. Why, Chrissy, is this so hard to stay focused at work? There's so many distractions.
There's so many reasons, right? And it's important to remember that some interruptions are actually really necessary and they're kind of unavoidable. So you want to prep on the front end and be really proactive with your scheduling. This specifically really pertains to establishing deadlines and appointments. The more you can give yourself a little bit of wiggle room in there, the easier it is to deal with those necessary, unavoidable interruptions.
So allow a couple minutes in between each of your appointments, perhaps.
Exactly, so you don't get thrown completely off track when an interruption happens.
And what about, taking control of these distractions? What does that mean?
Right. Well, a lot of our interruptions are actually completely within our control, and so often we just completely abdicate control. So I'm talking about things like phone calls and email, instant messenger. We are the ones that have the power. We can turn those things off. We can send our phone calls directly to voicemail. So it really is about taking control of your own schedule and your own workday.
And what about initiating interruptions? It's a big no-no.
Yeah, well, this kind of goes back to my favorite rule of the workplace, and that is that you teach people the behavior that's acceptable to you through your own behavior. So you want to treat people the way that you want to be treated with regards to interruptions. If you just walk into somebody's office, you barge in, you launch into this huge conversation, then expect that they're probably going to do it to you in the future.
Yeah. What goes around comes around, right?
Right. Show some respect to them and they'll do it to you in the future.
Now, this one makes me laugh a little bit. It's my favorite bullet point you put down, but just hide.
Absolutely. There is nothing wrong with physically removing yourself from the interruption zone, as I call it, especially when you have that kind of work that you need to really focus on and you need uninterrupted time. We all have that. So, close your office door, pick your things up, go to a conference room if you have to. It's perfectly fine.
And what about the word no? Just saying no.
It is so hard, but we all have to set limits in the workplace. So there's a really simple phrase that I encourage everybody to practice, and that is simply to say, I'm not available right now. Can we schedule time for this later? It's not really saying no, it's saying what you can do in the future, and we all have to do it. Take control of your schedule.
You're not just outright telling them to,
Go
scram.
away.
Yeah, exactly. Give them some
work.
hope for the future, right?
Absolutely.
Great tips, Chrissy. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And remember, you can find more information in the on-air section of our website at kdvr.com. Click on the link to Eat Your Career. Let's send it over to Nick Carter now for a